What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a Momocon 2025 loot review. Now, I went to Momocon last week, but I only went one time. Even though I do have the I actually got like a really cool badge, like a 4-day pass, which I will show y'all on Instagram. But yeah, so I went to Momocon. I went with my cousin, and for the first time, I actually decided to cosplay, and it was really fun, like making the cosplay. The cosplay that I cosplayed as is Afro Luffy. And just to give y'all just kind of, for some of y'all, if y'all don't know One Piece or you don't know who Afro Luffy is. Afro Luffy is a character who appeared only in the Long Nose arc. I believe it's the Long Nose arc between the Foxy Pirates. I do know that arc was, not a lot of people like that arc, but I thought that arc was funny because that's where Afro Luffy came from. Because I'm like, it's funny because basically in this arc, they walk into a costume shop and Usopp sees his afro and he's like, look, Luffy, the afro, there's been a question that questions mankind. Is it the afro that makes the man or the man that makes the afro? A question that has questioned mankind. It is just, and he's like, Usopp says hype man, so he makes Luffy believe that this afro will give him immense power, when all it is just a prop, honestly. So, you know, that's what happens. He puts on the afro and he actually gets a tattoo, a different tattoo and stuff, and he's looking all cool. So I decided I love that because I love afros, because, you know, I got on my Street Fighter, I think my Street Fighter and Street Fighter 6 and Monster Hunter Wilds characters, they got afros, and this just looks funky and cool. So it's just like, I want to cosplay as that. So basically, I actually got like this muscle t-shirt, and then we put like I think it was a scar on it, basically. Because we didn't know how to put the crossbones on it. And then I actually had these old boxing gloves from my, I think it was Modern Niece. So I spray painted those, or I didn't spray paint them, but I painted them red. So they look like boxing gloves. So yeah, it was very fun walking around. I will say I had to take them things off because them things are locked on my hands. But other than that, it was really good. I feel like, interestingly enough, when we got into the building the first time, the funny thing is, we walked in and we saw this huge lion. And being like, hey, what's this line for? So we step in line and we found out that this is the line for the vendor section. And it was, like, I kid you not, this line was like super long. And as we got deeper into the line seemed like it multiplied, because we got all the way to where I think it was like this foam fighting area, where we got all the way to the back of the area, and then they started like making the line bigger, making an overflow line. So it was like, oh gosh, this line is super big. And then as we got in, it was interesting because they almost reversed everything. Like, I think the last time we went, the arcade and the Mario Kart like tournaments and stuff, that was on the left side. That's the first thing that you see when you get into the exhibit hall. But then now you walked past all of like the autograph people, and then you walk past the vendors, and then the art section, which is really cool. And then actually over by the tournament area, if you go continue to go down, you'll see like there's like a streamer section, but then there's also like games that you can play. And then even going even further, you got to see like card games and board games, which was a cool thing. Now, I will say it was cool to see like the cosplay. Some of the cosplays that I saw, I really liked. Like there was a Zero from Mega Man cosplay. There was Repo, surprisingly, and then there was like really cool. There was even one from My Hero Vigilantes, which for me, I don't know. I need to continue to watch the series, go back and watch the series. But there was this one character, I think it's Oboro, and I saw this person cosplay, and I was like, oh wow, that's so cool, because that's not a known character. You would have had to either watch the anime or read the manga to know that character. So yeah, it was really cool. And I will say, I mean, y'all know I believe in God and stuff. I'm like, I don't know about this whole like thing with seeing people, because I saw like 2 people cosplaying as Jesus, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that. But getting into the loot review, I'm gonna show you some of the things that I got. So the first thing that I got is, y'all know that I love One Piece, and I saw this and I had to get this. Now, this is like a Shirisha Jump remix, And what this is, from what I could tell, is it's basically centered around one character. So, of course, as you can see, the character is Luffy. So this story goes from East Blue to Skypiea. But what I did notice, I might need to look at it again, but what I noticed was they skipped like Zoro's, like him meeting Zoro and him meeting Usopp. So this is like, this whole story is about him doing like impactful things. Like there's him fighting him in the scene where it's basically Nami, and Nami's like, please save me. And then I think him also fighting Don Krieg, where he met Sanji. So it's really cool. And interesting thing is this is the first manga book that is entirely in Japanese that I have in my collection, which is a really cool thing. Because I was like, at first I was really apprehensive about it, because I was like, I thought it would be a hassle to be like, I'm trying to read it and trying to translate it. And my cousin's like, why don't you just use Google Translate? And I'm like, now I feel like that opens a whole door for me, because I'm like, I've been looking at there's like this one art book on eBay that's like, it's Sola to Robo. That was an old DS game that I used to play, and it's entirely in Japanese, but I'm like, I want to get it. And then there's even like another, I think it's another manga that's one of the series that I like. I love Mega Man ZX, and I haven't got like the first issue, but the second issue, they have another issue which is the ZX Advent, but that's entirely in Japanese. So I'm like, I'm really excited to get that. So I'm like, because I'm gonna actually check this out, because I'm like, even though some of these manga, some of the parts of the manga I have, it's like, it seems like they only have like the parts with Luffy and stuff. Like there's one scene, there's like the whole story, I believe, with Sabo, Ace, and Luffy, where they're at, I believe her name is Dan's house. And I love that arc, because I was like, Dan was a great like mother figure to them, even though she didn't want to be a mother in the first place. So yeah, this is a really cool thing. And the next thing that I got is, and I'm gonna tell y'all straight, I was like, I feel like the Lord guided me to this. Or the Lord was like, you need to get this, because I've been telling y'all, I don't know if for some people who have just got on, or I've been telling y'all that I've been trying to kind of get my collection back up for the Wii. So, I've got like Lego Star Wars, I was about to say the Skywalker Saga. I do have that, but Lego Star Wars, the Complete Saga, and then Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars. And then also I got like Lego Batman 1 and 2. So once I can get the Wii back working, then I can, start playing those games, because those games were very nostalgic for me. And another game that I got here was very nostalgic for me. And it's interesting because it's funny. Mario Kart Worlds is coming out, next week. I haven't told you anything about that, but I'm like, I ain't gonna try to get it, but I got Mario Kart Wii. This game, I will say, is very nostalgic for me as well, because I love playing this game. I love Coconut Mall. This is where Coconut Mall is from, I believe. The whole thing where you're driving in the mall. And what's cool about this one is, with Coconut Mall in this version, is where you get to see the Miis everywhere in the mall. They're either view advertisements or in the cars that you get over, and they'll be driving and stuff. So yeah, I'm so happy I got this game. And I got it for $22, which is not that much, because I'm when you look at it on I think on any site, it's probably a really high price. But I'm thanking God for this. So I got that. I also got some fudge. There was I think it was a blackberry bourbon, and it was funny because it was fudge pool. That's what it was called. And then there was I think it was cookies and cream, and it was X cream, kind of like X-Men. So that was really cool as well. Now, the last two things that I got, I'm gonna show you the shirt first, because I'm every single time I go to Momocon, I can't not get a shirt. So I got a shirt, and I love the shirts. I have a total of, this would be the third shirt that I have, because it's the third time that I'm going. So I got this shirt here. This is the Hero one. And it's really cool. It's giving me, correct me if I'm wrong, I wasn't in that era, 90s. Kind of with the different coloration or the different aesthetic style of it. So it's a really cool shirt. Really, really cool. And she got the roller skates on it too. And also, I didn't even tell you, they had a roller skating section as well. It was all the way in the back. Now, getting to the final thing that I'm going to show you. So, What I didn't tell you was Momocon is celebrating 20 years, which that's been a long time. And like I remember going the first time I went, I believe it was 2022, because I was gonna go during COVID, but I remember the time when it was always like I had a ticket, like my auntie got me a ticket, and literally like it was like, oh yeah, you can't come because the whole thing with they were trying to the COVID thing that happened basically. So I remember kind of doing that. So being that they're celebrating 10 years, it's kind of a good history for me. And I saw this and I was like, yeah, I gotta get this because this is a keepsake, and this is also something that's like right now. So I got the Art of Momocon 2025 through 2022. 2025 through 2005, my bad. And it's really cool because it shows the different art styles that it goes through, like the different eras. And I'm like, I wish I could go back to these eras because some of these things be looking like they look really nice, like the superhero era. Because one thing which was really cool with Momocon is each year, from what I see, that they go through a different theme. Like I believe it was either last year's theme, I think was a superhero theme, because I couldn't go last year, but the year before I think it was like that was like a steampunk theme or something. But yeah, I haven't read through the whole book, but yeah, it's really cool. I actually like it. I'm like, this 20 years has been a lot of years. I'm glad to be a part of it, or be a little bit a part of it. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of stuff. I tell you, I was overwhelmed by her. Like I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to get, because there was like, y'all know I love Stitch, and there was this dude who had like, I wish I got something for him, but I was just like, man, I gotta go, because there was a lot of people there, because we had got there early, but then it started like getting with a lot of people. But this dude had this vendor that he basically could turn Stitch into any type of character. So like there was different like characters he could turn them into, and there was like One Piece. So it was like, it was really cool. It was a really cool, place to be around, seeing all the cosplays, the cool cosplays. And I'm like, now for me, I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to cosplay next, because I like the Luffy, Afro Luffy, but I'm like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. But had a great time. And if y'all were there, tell me how y'all thought. What was y'all's kind of goods or bads, or what did y'all get? And remember, y'all, like the video, share it with your family, and if you subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed day, meters. I'll see y'all later. Bye.